What is up, guys? How's it going? My name is Aram Joseph. Thank you guys for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I recycle a Dell all-in-one Inspiron 24 model 5459. I know that's a mouthful. Basically, it's a Dell all-in-one touchscreen desktop computer, and I'm going to show you how I'm able to recover the valuable parts from within and recycle whatever pieces are commodity value pieces, and just be able to properly use without getting these electronics to be in the landfills at some point. You know, we all need to be careful, we all need to be mindful of whatever we own in our homes, and we need to properly recycle them. So stick around, check out the video. What is up, guys? How's it going? My name is Aram Joseph, and today I'm going to show you what happens when we recycle a Dell Inspiron 24. It's a model 5459. So this one I picked up from a customer earlier on this week, and I'm going to show you that, like, its functionality, and I'm going to show you what happens once we figure out what parts work, what parts don't, how we salvage them, and what we do with the remaining pieces that are just basically raw material. So let me turn on the all-in-one, and then we'll get to see what's up with this unit. Okay, that's a good sign. Turns on. Screen is cracked. I'm not sure if you can see. There's a big like impact point right here, and it shattered right through the whole glass. So I'm not sure if this was a touch screen before, but the LCD looks like it's functioning fine. So that may be one of the pieces that we can salvage. So we have one piece for sure, it's the LCD, and the motherboard looks like it's functioning good so far, so that's another piece that we can salvage. Once this loads up, I can do a couple of tests with the USB ports in the back, CD drive, and the Wi-Fi, all the different components. Once I see what works, what doesn't, then I know what I need to go after. And then those parts I can refurbish, and then they can be reused by somebody else. The parts that aren't working will basically be broken down and sold per pound for their commodity value. So we're just waiting for it to turn on and go into the main operating system. Any day now. Any day now. There you go. Okay. Is there a touch screen? Man, it's cracked, so probably won't work. Okay. Use a mouse. Use my trusty old Apple mouse. Okay. Okay, so it has an account. Looks like it's functioning fine. But as for what it is right now, we can tell the hard drive is functioning fine. It's running a little bit slow, but it's functioning fine. There is data on it. So we can tell that the hard drive is working, and because it's booting into an operating system. But the thing is that even though it is working, there's a customer data on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to format it with specific software that can actually destroy all the data properly, and then we'll make sure that no one can retain the information after. So that's as far as the hard drive is concerned. And yeah, so now I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to restart it with the USB key, and then that way we can tell if it functions with the USB key, and if that. Okay. It is doing a test. Make sure that it works. This is actually by accident, but it's a good thing it's testing it, because this way I can tell if it even works, like the screen. It's testing all the different pieces. So I'm gonna let it run, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, we are in the BIOS now. Okay, so we can tell, see, I don't know, I'm not sure if you guys can tell from the screen. So we have a 1 terabyte hard drive. We have an Intel i5 6400T, and let me see if I can. And we have 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. So that's good. It recognizes all of it. So we have RAM check, hard drive check. It recognizes the CPU. Of course it does, because that's why it's booting into the main operating system, asking for a password. USB recognizes, that's why it shows the initial boot list. So, and then my mouse works, my keyboard works. That means the other 2 USB ports work. It's turning on fine. What we're gonna do is, once this turns off, we're gonna be disconnecting the power, taking it apart. I'm gonna take apart the LCD, the motherboard, the CD drive, and as much as I can retain. The rest, whatever's left, like the plastic or the glass, will be the remaining pieces, which will be sold per pound as per their commodity value. So everything's going to be recycled properly. Nothing's going to go to waste. Matter. We're going to put it on its face. So now we're going to start off. We're going to take it apart. Okay. Back cover. So now that the cover is off, we can see that what's left is the motherboard, the heatsink, the fan, the CD drive, and the hard drive. And beneath this metal tray or bracket is the LCD. So I'm gonna do my best to try to retain the LCD as well, but for the most part, whatever is going to be taken apart are these 4 main pieces, being the hard drive, CD drive, fan, and the main motherboard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off by taking apart all of the cables, and then we'll start unscrewing each one of the main components. Okay guys, here we have it. So all the pieces that are useful, that can be reused by somebody that wants to replace it in their current Dell Inspiron 24, 54, 59 would be whatever you see on the table here. Whatever isn't on the table here is like the metal brackets or the glass front digitizer, which will be recycled as raw materials. So what we have here is the LCD, the webcam, Wi-Fi, fan, miscellaneous cables inside, CD drive, the speakers, hard drive, the board for the LCD, the main motherboard, the SATA cables, and the screws. As far as for the specific pieces, we have a motherboard here that has an i5 6400T. We have 1TB 2.5-inch drive. We have a 24-inch LCD, and the rest are general parts. But the good thing about recycling is that, at least for facilities such as mine, is that we do our best to reuse and repurpose parts that are still functioning. As you can see from the beginning of the video, I tested out the equipment before I started disassembling, so I get a rough idea of what functions and what doesn't. That way I know what to salvage. So once again, I hope that this gave you a good idea of recycling. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. If information like this, if videos like this intrigue you, interest you, I would appreciate it if you, possibly share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and let people know the importance of recycling. As far as my specific channel, I'm working towards putting out 2 to 3 videos a week around specifically for recycling. And I want to show you guys what I do with the items that come into my facility, how I try to get almost 100% recovery so that little to nothing is wasted, so that nothing goes to the landfill. So that is the tech recycling part of my channel. The other part of my channel is my entrepreneurial journey. It shows the ins and outs of my life and the tips and tricks I use to become successful. And I hope that by doing so, by giving you an insight into my life, it somehow gives you motivation and inspiration to push forward and move ahead in your own life. So back to this specific topic, back to this specific video. Once again, thank you very much for stopping by, checking out the video. Like, subscribe, I really appreciate it. It's a brand new channel, and keep a lookout for my next video. Till then guys, take care.